Hi guys, this is Mrs. Trosvik in House 6B. We are continuing with lesson 27 on page 126. Today we are working on multiplication and division. Yesterday we worked on addition and subtraction. You're going to start to see a similar pattern between these two as what we did yesterday. To start, we are going to just talk about an example from yesterday just so that you remember how we worked our problems. So yesterday, if we had x plus 2 equals 5, reminder, we just worked our problem backwards and created an equation to solve for that missing piece going in the opposite direction and flipping our symbol. So instead, I would have 5 take away 2 equals x to solve for that missing piece, that x, that variable. 5 take away 2 equals x, so x would equal 3. If I go back and put 3 into this equation, 3 plus 2 does equal 5, so my method works, okay? All right, now, so same thing for our multiplication and division problems. We should be able to do the same exact thing as long as we understand the piece that is missing. So the goal is to understand what are we looking for. Okay, so solve 3 times z equals 9. Remember, anytime we have a number next to a variable, it means that we are multiplying. If you are one that likes to see it as 3 times z, make sure you just go back, rewrite your problem, putting that multiplication symbol in there. We are not going to use tape diagrams. We are just going to do the algebraic expression to solve. So with that being said, we are just going to take and figure out each piece. So I will show you the tape diagram just so that you have an inkling of what it would be. But realistically, I'm going to show you the easy way, and we're just going to use the algebraic expression. Now, if we were using a tape diagram, we would start with the total amount that we had gotten. So they're going to just say we had 9 pieces total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, correct? Then we would take the 9 total, and we need to know what times 3 equals 9. So we would cut it into 3 equal groups. So boom, boom. We have 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups total, correct? So now if I have 3 times a number equals 9, I just want to know how many pieces were in each of my groups. So how many pieces did I put into each of my groups that I multiplied by? And all you would have to do is count 1, 2, 3. That's your missing piece. So z would be, how many are in each of my group? Z would be 3. Okay, now, algebraic expression-wise, let's write it out. So 3 times z equals 9. Again, if I know my total, all I have to do is work my problem backwards. So again, I'm just going to take my answer, 9. I'm going to flip my symbol. So instead of multiply, I'm going to do the opposite, and I am going to divide. And I'm going to divide by the only number I know, which is 3. 9 divided by 3 is going to give me z. Those of you who know what 9 divided by 3 is, you know that z is 3. Now, if you don't believe that that works, we just go back and we put 3 into our equation. Does 3 times 3 equal 9? Yes, it does. So we checked to make sure that z equals 3 works, and it does. All right, let's go to the next page. Turn to page 127. We're skipping just all these pieces. We're going to jump to example number 2. Now remember, anytime we see a number with a fraction bar, so we have y over 4, this is the same as y divided by 4. So if you need to rewrite the problem as y divided by 4 equals 2, please do so. This will be an easy way for you to not make any mistakes. Now, in our division problem, we are missing our total amount. So again, we're going to work our problem backwards. And we're going to start with 2. We're going to flip what we are doing. We are not dividing. Instead, we are multiplying. So 2 times 4, and that's going to give us our total answer that we split into pieces as y. 2 times 4 equals y, so y equals 8. Now let's check our work. If we go back and we put 8 in and we divide it into 4 groups, does 8 divided by 4 equal 2? Yes, it does. We checked it. Y equals 8. It makes sense and it works. So it's proof that this works. All right, let's jump to the next page. We're going to jump to page 129. And we're going to just use the algebraic expression to solve these problems. So again, I'm just going to rewrite them so you see the symbol. Instead of 3m, I'm going to put 3 times m equals 21. Once I have that, I'm going to work my problem backwards. I'm going to start with my answer, which is 21. I'm going to change my symbol. The opposite of multiply is divide. The only number that I can divide out is 3, which means that m will be my answer. So now I have 21 total pieces. I divided into 3 groups. How many are in each group? M equals 7. If you don't agree with this, go back and put 7 in for m. Does 3 times 7 equal 21? Yes, it does. So that means it's proof that m equals 7. We just checked our work. All right, my next one. They gave me 15 equals n divided by 5. I'm just going to go back, put that division symbol in there instead of my fraction bar so I can rewrite it easily. Now, I am going to start with my answer. They wrote it in a different direction this time. Just be aware that you're always starting with your answer when you reverse the problem. So if 15 is my answer, and I'm wondering what divided by 5 equals 15, then I'm working my problem backwards, and I'm doing the opposite, and I'm multiplying 15 times, sorry guys, I'm not going to use an X, I'm going to use a dot to multiply, times 5, and that will give me n, because that's the missing big number, that total amount I'm missing. So how much did I split 5 into, or 5 groups to get 15 in each group? How much did I have total? 15 times 5 is going to give me 75. So n will equal 75. If you don't agree, put n back into your problem. So instead of n, we would put 75 in. Is 75 divided by 5 15? It is, therefore we are correct. The missing number is 75. All right, now we have 4p equals 36. 4 times p equals 36. Again, we're just going to work our problem backwards. So I'm starting with my answer, 36. I'm going to flip my symbol. Instead of multiply, I am dividing by 4, and I'm going to get my missing piece, which is p. 36 divided by 4 equals p, so p equals 9. If we don't agree, go back to your original equation. 4 times 9, does it equal 36? Yes, it does. We checked our work, so therefore p equals 9. All right, guys, flip to the next page. Oh, sorry, guys. I went too far. Number 4. We can work this problem. Examine the tape diagram below and write an equation it represents. Then calculate the solution to the equation using the method of your choice. So they're just saying if I have 70 and I divide by Q, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 equal boxes. So we want to know what is Q. And the only way to do this would be to take the total, 70, and actually divide it by the 7 boxes. So this time we can't work our problem backwards. We actually are still dividing to find our missing piece. Because we want to know what times 7 equals 70. We have to take 70 and divide by 7 to get that piece. So Q equals 70 divided by 7. Q equals 10. If you want to check your work, we should be able to put 10 in each box here. And we should add up to a total of 70. We should also be able to put 10 in for Q, and 70 divided by 10 should give us 7. It does. We are correct. 10 equals Q, or Q equals 10. All right. Write a multiplication equation that has a solution of 12. Solution is just a fancy word for an answer. So your answer has to be 12, and you are multiplying. So what times what equals 12? You can put any answer, any numbers. Use the tape diagrams if you need to. You don't need to. 3 times 4 would be a good one. 2 times 6 would be a good one. You could also even put 12 times 1. All of the above will get you there. Now, write a division equation that has a solution of 12. So this time, we are still getting an answer of 12, but this time they flipped it on us, and we have a division equation that has to equal 12. So if I need an answer of 12, and this time I am dividing, what divided by what will equal 12? And technically, we could go on to infinity and beyond with this one, because we can keep going forever to create equations that work. If you work the problem backwards, say we want to divide by 2, realistically, you would multiply back to get this missing piece. So 12 times 2 would equal 24. 24 divided by 2 equals 12. If, say, I want an answer of 12 and I wanted to divide by 3, same thing. 12 times 3 will give me this answer, which is 36. 36 divided by 3 equals 12. We can keep doing this forever. So say I had 5. What divided by 5 equals 12? I just work my problem backwards. 12 times 5 equals 10, and 5 is 50. 2 and 5 is 10. 50 plus 10 is 60. So 60 divided by 5 equals 12. You can put any number in that you are dividing by and keep going literally to infinity and beyond. Just make sure that your answer does work. When you go back and check your answer, will you get 12? All right. You are going to work on the problem set. Finish the problem set. If you need to come and check your answers, come on back and check your answers. You can pause the video now, come back and check your work. All right, guys, have a good day. Don't forget to submit this onto Edge Elastic. Take care, guys.